Today, I'm going to give you an almost lag-free Minecraft Guardian farm for Minecraft 1.18 Survival that gives over 1,500 drops per hour, works perfectly on solo worlds and on servers because you can turn it off. Then, I'm going to give it to you for free as a world download. Don't you go anywhere. Hello everyone and welcome to another Minecraft 1.18 farm tutorial from me, Avomance. I've had quite a lot of people say to me that they would like a really easy Guardian farm. Now obviously, easy and Guardian farm aren't necessarily words that you use it in the same sentence, but we're going to go for it. That would work on both a solo survival world and would also be server friendly and have no lag. Well, as little lag as possible anyway. So that's what we're going to do, but to make it server friendly and easy to make, we're going to have to make a few changes to the kind of Guardian farms you see all the time. We can't let it have loads of bubble columns. In fact, we're not letting it have any. We don't want to be transporting them across dimensions, and we want to be able to turn it on and off so as it's not affecting anything when we're not using it. But you still want loads and loads and loads of drops. Fair enough? Let's do that then. And I'm going to give you this as a free Minecraft world download for Java Edition with the farm ready and waiting for you in it. Not only does this seed have a great spawn with an ocean monument just off the coast, it also has a mushroom island really nearby, some great forested islands to explore, and a mansion at the foot of the mountains just a couple of thousand blocks away. So it could be a great place for you to start your brand new world in Minecraft 1.18 Survival. Let's crack on with it. Everything you need for this farm is inside this chest. Now, apart from the bottom row, these are the exact number of blocks that you are going to need to be able to make this farm. You are going to need exactly 9 stacks of glass, for example. On the bottom row, you've got a hopper and 2 chests. You need one of those for every level of storage that you want to add. I recommend at least 4. And also, that is not just 1 stack of sand. You are likely to need a lot. But you will get most of it back, and then you can smelt it to make your glass. Happy days. Now this is a tutorial on how to make an easy Guardian farm in Minecraft Survival. It is not a tutorial on how to clear out an ocean monument. However, you are likely to find things like potions of water breathing, potions of invisibility and night vision very useful, although not essential. And the first thing you're going to want to do is kill off these Elder Guardians because they are going to get in your way. And if you're lucky, once you've done that, you'll find a sponge room and you can collect all of them out as well. Now, if you don't get the sponges, it is not the end of the world. You're just going to need a little bit more sand because we now have to drain this monument. Come on, seriously, you want no bubble columns, you want no portals, you want to be able to turn it on and off, and you don't want to drain it. Get real. You want to come to the corner of the monument and count out 1, 2, and on the 3rd block, get rid of whatever's on there and tower up. Any block you want, doesn't matter. And you want to come up to 1 whole block above the level of the water, which should be Y63. And you can see there I'm looking at this block and that is telling me the targeted block is Y63. And do that on all 4 corners of your monument. And once you've got all 4 corners in, you have got a choice. You can either use sand to create walls all the way around your monument, or you can use blocks. It really depends on what finish it is you want. I'm going to block this out. Obviously, if you use sand, you can just drop it from the top and you don't have to go back underwater. It's entirely up to you. So my 4 walls are in, and this is where my loads and loads of sand comes in handy. Again, this is not a tutorial on how to drain a monument, it's how to make the farm. However, that said, if you leave 1, 2, 3 blocks gap and then place sand on the 4th one and just keep placing that on, you will eventually get a tower of sand. It falls through the water and you can make an entire wall that stretches across the entirety of your gap. You can see there's one, and now we can start again. And it just keeps going until you get to the other side. And you end up with a wall that looks just like that. Then just under the surface, if you place a sponge right on that wall, that will start to take out the water. And as a result of taking out water, it makes it a lot more simple to drain. Then put these sponges into a furnace to dry them out, or pop them into the nether and just place them on the floor and dry them out, and then you can do it all again. Now, if you've not got the sponges, just keep placing sand on every row, not every 4th row. And you should end up with something that looks a little bit like this. Then get ready, because you're knocking it all down, right down to Y33. And when you've done that, you are going to have a lot of prismarine. But you want more, right? So we're going to make a farm. If you've done this right, you should have a square that is 62 by 62 on the inside. You want to find the middle 4 blocks, so count from one corner up along one side to 30 and build a stripe right across it. Do the same perpendicular to that and you'll find the 4 middle blocks. I've also made the entire floor into stone bricks. You totally do not have to do that. Come to the middle 4 blocks and knock them out, and then knock another ring all the way around them. So you should have a 4 by 4 square like this. And then, including this block, you want to take it down 20 blocks. Watch out for caves underneath you. Choose which side is going to be your front, and it totally does not matter. And take out a block 2 deep, 3 tall, and 2 across and come inside. Then place yourself a double chest right there. Jump over the double chest and get a hopper and shift click a hopper into that chest. You can then shift click another hopper into that chest and then put loads of hoppers so you have a square of 16 all going into that chest. What you need to do for the last row is come on top, shift click, and then just come along like that. Now that could be all that you do. However, I recommend you go deeper than this. I'm going to dig down another 6. I'm then going to take out the blocks that are underneath that front row of hoppers right there. And I'm going to place some chests coming in there and shift click into the side there, shift click into the side there, shift click into the side there, and shift click into the side. I'm going to come behind that. I'm going to shift click a hopper into the back of these chests underneath one of those hoppers. It doesn't matter which one. I'm then going to dig down a little bit further and I'm going to repeat that process in there. Get rid of those. Shift click a hopper into that. That now has got me a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm then going to repeat that one more time in there and shift click another hopper into that. You can then refill this area up. I recommend that you put a little bit of light in there just to stop spawns because you don't want that, and block that up like that. Bring that up like that. Place a lantern there and then ladder yourself all the way back up to the top of those chests. Once you're at the top of the chest, build out another chamber so as it is 2 wide there. Place a block right there so as you've just got one hole to go into, and then get some glass and place 4 glass exactly like that. You actually don't have to have these top 2 as glass. The bottom 2 do need to be glass so as you can open up that chest. Place down a lantern right there, and then we are going to go right up to the top with some ladders. So you should have a 4 by 4 hole that has got a drop of 19 blocks and a 1 by 1 hole with ladders that you can go down and collect your stuff from. Grab yourself your water bucket and come out 1, 2 and make yourself a little 2 by 2 infinite water source there. That is for you to be able to jump into when you go upwards, because we are now going to come up 5 blocks all the way around this with glass. Then once you are 5 blocks of glass up, on the 5th one we are going to put some signs all the way across here. We're then going to shift and place signs along one edge and use all 16 of your signs to make a complete coverage layer here. Once you've done that, you are going to come up 2 more all the way around. Once you're 2 high up, you are going to place a lava block on the layer above the signs on the 2nd one in all the way around. So 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and 1 final one just there. That will give you a relatively even level of lava that is thick enough to slow down the guardians as they fall through it and make them burn for just the right amount of time. We are then going to go up another 5 levels of glass, so there is a gap of 6 above the top surface of the lava. And once your top layer of glass is 6 blocks above the surface of that lava, you are going to place a fence along the top one, and another one, and another one, and another one like that. You're then going to open up all of these fence gates. Now it doesn't matter which direction you open up, but OCD means that I've got to make sure they all open up in the same direction. You should find that you are standing on block Y45 right now. Now you want to increase the height of this glass cylinder all the way up to Y61. So another 16 glass block levels. Here at Y61, we are going to use the wool to plug up the top because we need to stand on it. Exactly like that, and then we're going to go up another 2 levels of glass. However, just for ease, we're going to leave ourselves just a little step area so we can get up very, very easily. On the top here, we're going to put a lid of solid blocks, but we're going to leave a little gap over that side for us to be able to get back out, which means that we want to put something on that corner, but not on top of that bit. And then we're going to cover all the way around first, coming round to that corner. But then we're going to start to leave a checkerboard pattern gap. So for example, we're going to leave that corner open, then we're going to leave this one open like that. We're going to leave that open and that open. We're going to leave that one open and the one next to it open like that, and then we're going to leave these 2 open here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different holes. We're then going to come back down inside on top of our temporary blocks, and we're going to get our dispensers, and facing upwards underneath the holes that we've made, we're going to place a dispenser so as it faces downwards towards where you're standing. Once you've completed that, you can come up and see that we've got our checkerboard of 8 dispensers there. You can remove these temporary blocks. Make sure you don't fall down the hole because you'll go straight in the hot sauce. Use 3 more pieces of glass to fill in those gaps, and then more of your cap exactly like that. We're then going to get some lanterns, and we're going to place a lantern in each corner like this. That stops anything from spawning on top here, and we're then going to put a water bucket inside each of our dispensers. And once that's done, using shift click, we're going to place a dot of redstone on top of each of them, and then we're going to connect it up in a grid like this, so as we've got 16 pieces of redstone all interconnected. Then choose whatever side you want to choose and place a button right there. That is going to be our on-off switch. All that's left for us to do is to make our escape bridge and our AFK spot, so let's do that. Use bottom slabs to create yourself a little bridge that goes over to the edge of the water. That means you can come and enter this farm from the water in a boat, dead easy. Now you could perhaps use those prismarines to make some sea lanterns and pop those around the top here, and that way you don't have to worry about these extra lanterns at all. And you're also going to want to make an entrance to the bottom area, and I think the best way to do that is either using ladders up the side if you wish, or making a hole in the outside with a couple of gates or a door that can allow you straight in. The choice is entirely yours, and that's why they weren't included in the inventory at the beginning. Remember that your sea floor might be above the level of your floor inside your farm. And while you're down here, it's probably a good idea to put some lights around the floor of this as well. These are spawnable, and you want to make sure that you're not going to find any mob surprises when you come in here at night time. So you could scatter lanterns like that, or alternatively, make it all out of bottom slabs if you want to, because that will mean it's completely non-spawnable anyway. Back up the top, pick any side you want that isn't the bridge side. I always go to the opposite side for some reason, and place all 64 of your scaffolds. Once you've placed all of those 64 scaffolding blocks, climb up to the top and enjoy the view. You can see the mushroom islands, you can see all the other little islands as well, the dark oak forest, etc. And then look down at your scaffold, jump and place a block. If you look at that block, you should find that that is Y129. Then make yourself a little platform that you can AFK on. Remember to put yourself a little ceiling or box yourself in, and put a little bit of a light here as well. Otherwise you could find you get phantoms or other mobs really making a nuisance of themselves. Then take out the block that is on top of the scaffold, which is that block right there, and place a trapdoor and flap that down. That is going to allow you to be able to go up and down on the scaffolding. That is no longer a spawnable block as a result of that trapdoor, and you can come up and down very, very easily. What this AFK spot does is it makes sure that none of the caves underneath your farm get mobbed up, because they will take up the mob cap. If you've got 70 zombies underneath you, you're not going to get any guardians. So by coming up here, the only things that can actually spawn within your spawning radius are the guardians themselves. And that is our farm complete. But we've got to test it. Back on top of your platform, it is time to activate these dispensers and get the water in. All you need to do that is press this button. When you do, you're going to have a water source block in a checkerboard pattern at Y63 that then tumble down and stop at the gate. So let's get that fella going. down they go. They will tumble down that tube, and you can see they're just going all the way down until they hit the gates, and then they stop because the gates hold them up. And this is your Guardian spawning chamber. I'm now going to go to the top of my AFK spot and sit there for 1 hour and see what comes out. Now, while I'm waiting up here, let's take a look at what's going on down at the business end of the farm. We've got Guardians spawning in packs pretty regularly in the water column. They can swim against the downwards current, but they rarely do, and are pushed down through the gates where they fall into the lava. Mostly, they pass straight through, catching fire as they do and losing big chunks of health before they fall over 25 blocks onto the hoppers below, nearly killing them. The fire finishes them off, and the drops, now including cooked fish, are collected. That is pretty much exactly bang on 1 hour. Let's go down and see what's there. Let's turn off the farm by pressing that button. That will suck in that water, and as a result we won't have that flowing all the way down. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have a look down there and see what is going on. I'm just going to jump into that. I know I'm in creative, but I might as well pretend I'm not, and then come around into our hole in the ground. Now we have got 7 huge chests here, and I'm interested to see what 1 hour will give us. So in here, we've nearly filled it. We've got almost an entire double chest after just 1 hour of AFKing. We've got shards, we've got crystals, we've got cooked cod, all of it going there into that chest. And after a few hours, you're going to fill this entire column. In fact, on my test world, I did an 8-hour AFK session just to test it out. I completely filled up all 7 of my chests, plus a number of the hoppers in the collection system were also full. If you want even more drops than that in your farm, you can just make the farm bigger. The bigger the square, the more spawning opportunities there are for the Guardians, and as a result, you'll get more Guardians spawning in. However, please remember that for every extra block of water you put in there, that is more water falling, which means the game has to think about it. It also means more hoppers, so that's more iron. So try and balance out your requirements with the actual lagability of the entire thing. Now, I am not going to jazz up this farm. I normally would, but I figured I'm offering you this as a world download. I'm going to leave it in its simple form, and you can decorate it the way you want. And goodness knows, there's a lot of opportunity to decorate it. This farm is available for world download on Avomance.com. That is Avomance.com. If you go there, click on the free downloads tab, and right there you will see the Java downloads button that you can then use to be able to go and get your free world download. You'll find yourself right at the end of the bridge, just above my head. If you have enjoyed this video, please do remember to slap that like button. It'd be great to know you're enjoying them, and I will keep on making them. Also, if you're not done already, please do hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to see you in my sub club, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.